Two messages impressed me, or I was more inclined to concentrate on them when reading. And these were first about the unity of the Church of Christ, and the second about the Mother of God. We believe Virgin Mary is the Mother of God, and we must pay respect to her and have her intercession. And this is quite clear from the messages that the Lord gave Myrna, that we should respect his mother. It only confirmed our belief in the intercession of Virgin Mary. The second point about the unity, the Lord always wanted one church, one flock. He meant it to be one church and one flock. Unfortunately, we are divided today into several churches, many actually, but we always should pray for the unity and work for the unity, and the way to achieve it is to forget our differences, forget our own interpretations of the nature of Christ, the divine and the human, and being in monophysite or diaphysite, etc. We should all forget these things and be guided by love, because love is God. Love is the whole message of Christ is love. If we are guided by love and by peace, we should be able to resolve our differences. And I say that God implants this love in the heart of our leaders, church leaders, in the Holy See, so they can sit together and resolve the differences, and we go back to being one church and one flock.
Thank you, Father. Remember us and Sister Myrna in your prayers.
Russian Greek Catholic Church here in El Segundo, California, and also the pastor of St. Paul Milkite Greek Catholic Mission, also here in El Segundo.
Father, what was your reaction when you first heard about Myrna Nazum?
The first time I heard about Myrna, I had gone to visit one of my parishioners who was dying from cancer, and she wears about her neck a small, very inexpensive icon of Mary. The icon is a piece of paper in between two sheets of plastic. And she told me that this girl Myrna had come and had seen her just a few days before, and they had prayed together. And as they were praying, Myrna held the icon between her finger and her thumb. And when she was finished praying, she released the icon, and there was a thumbprint made out of oil on this icon print. Well, when my parishioner told me this, I was very skeptical. I don't believe in many of this type of thing at all. So I just said, I told her last night, something like that, and I left it at that. And about a month later, I was called to one of my parishioners home to bless the house. It was a custom of the Eastern Church after January the 6th to take the water which we blessed in that church and take it then to each parishioner's home and bless the home in commemoration of the baptism of Christ. And while I was at this home, I was told that this girl Myrna, you was also going to be there. And so I said, oh, fine, good. It'd be a chance to meet her. And she came in, and everyone made such a fuss about her that I thought, well, maybe I should include her in the ceremony. So I asked her to hold the bowl. What we do is that the head of the household usually holds the bowl. I take the water which is left in church, pour it in this bowl, and then we take the water and we go from room to room, singing the hymn of the day and blessing the walls of the house. So the owners of the house agreed to that. They asked me to hold the bowl. I then took the water from my briefcase, put it in the bowl, said the prayers together, and then we began to walk from room to room. As I would then take the water from the bowl and sprinkle the walls of the house. And I I noticed after the first two rooms that when I would reach for the water began to look as if there was something floating in it. And my immediate reaction was, well, they didn't give us a very clean bowl. Something dirty in the bowl, and the water caused it to be loosened. So we kept going from room to room that in the house. And by the time we finished, the water no longer looked like water. It looked like a milky substance, something like, and in the United States here we have this non-fat milk. Now it's very pasty white substance. It wasn't clear anymore at all. And to the touch, it felt like oil and not like water. And somehow, the human has this capacity to gush forth oil. Somehow it came from her hand and went through the bowl somehow and into the water. That was the second time. So the first time I had encountered her. Subsequently, I had encountered her trained in the backyard in 60 meters from me.
Thank you, Father. Now that you've had a chance personally to know Myrna, what do you think of her?
Certainly totally different from when I first heard about her at the lady's home. She's an incredible woman. It's impossible not to be in her presence and to be affected by her holiness, by her sincerity, by her gentleness, to look at her reminds me of, to be honest with you, it reminds me of any icon of Mary. It reminds me what perhaps Mary was like when she was young.
Father, have you seen the oil come from Myrna's hand? And if you have, what conclusions can you make from this?
Again, I went to the home of Mr. Khalil in Westchester area, Los Angeles here. Again, someone who was not really convinced that this was actually happening. And that evening at his home, there were about 150, maybe 200 people there. And we prayed together in the backyard of his home. And then Nina asked me if I would relate to the people the story that I had just related to you about the water, which I did. And I had no more than finished this talk and she was sitting next to me at the time, when suddenly her hands just began to glisten. They began wet and glistening, shining with this oil. It would not, in my opinion, it would not have been possible for anyone to have manufactured this. It could not have been safe in any way, because she was just sitting there, holding her hands something like this, and they began to glisten with oil. And it continued to come, this oil continued to come forth while she blessed about 150 to 200 people.
Father, the messages seem to be about unity, faith, and love. The primary message, the kingdom of heaven on earth, is the church. Those who divided it have sinned. Those who are happy in these divisions are still sinning. What is your opinion? How do you think we can accomplish this difficult task?
Certainly, unity is the goal of all. St. John in his Gospel tells us that Jesus prayed that the church might be one, just as he, Christ, and the Father are one.